Yo, 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 ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another In the OT podcast for BetHubb Sports Blog.com. I am your host, Chad M., and I'm very happy to see Major League Baseball make a quick decision on the ruling from the New York Mets appeal on a no-hitter that they thought should have gone in their favor based on what occurred on the baseball field on June 13th when R.A. Dickey had just a one-hitter against the Tampa Bay Rays. And the play that they were contesting that they wanted to have reversed by the league was B.J. Upton's hard-hit grounder down the third baseline to David Wright, who was unable to successfully field the ball with his bare hand, and it was ruled an infield hit. And obviously the New York Mets thought that it was an error, and if that was the case, they would have been given a no-hitter if that allowed itself to play out. Now, I take a lot of issue with the New York Mets going to this absolute measure and length here to try to have this call reversed. First of all, if there was such a big deal with the call, where was Terry Collins during the game? Why did he sit on his bench and not do anything about it? Well, we know the answer. It was in the first inning, and you assume that at some point during the rest of the game, the Tampa Bay is going to get another hit, so it wouldn't have mattered anyways. But that's exactly the point. If you're that up in arms about it, it should be during the game that it matters most, not after the game when you think that it could be part of history with another no-hitter. The bottom line here is the New York Mets ended up winning the baseball game. It wasn't even close, and it wasn't a play that caused them to sweat it out or make the game closer than it should have been. And at the end of the day, the reason why we all play sports is to win. Sure, everybody wants to go for accomplishments that are more based around one individual person and statistics, but at the end of the day, what matters most is the W, and that's what the New York Mets got. So don't get all concerned about a ruling on the field that it's not like it was very obvious either. It was one of those calls that really could have gone either way. To me, it just seems like a very bitchy and whiny thing for the New York Mets to get all up in arms about. Give me a break. Do you not have more important things to be concerned about? And it's not like R.A. Dickey himself even really cared at the end of the day. This is coming from the manager, Terry Collins. What's he trying to do here? Try to defend his players and act like some tough guy where he's going to stand up to the umpires in the league? Boy, oh boy, if you're going to save your energy, at least let it be on a play that's more controversial that could actually affect your team in the win-loss column. And what's even more asinine and absurd about this is the fact that it was just a few weeks before that Johan Santana, when he threw his no-hitter, was on the right side of a call that was very controversial, that was even more obvious that they got dead wrong. How do you guys justify when Carlos Beltran smacked that ball down the third baseline and it was clearly in play, would have been a stand-up double, and that was considered a foul ball? How come nothing was said then? You can't have it both ways, New York Mets and Terry Collins. If you want to come out here and start to argue to have calls reversed so you can get a no-hitter, then I would like to see you go back there and say, you know what? We looked at the replay and we saw that that ball was probably fair. So can you please make that a fair ball and reverse things so Johan Santana didn't get a no-hitter? It's a two-way street, baby. You can't have it both ways. It's just absurd how delusional this organization is acting, dealing with this situation. And then how does it make David Wright feel? I mean, here's a guy that basically his manager is saying, well, you know what? You made a terrible defensive play. We'd rather you be assigned an error just so R.A. Dickey can get a no-hitter when it was actually really toughly hit hard ground ball against someone like B.J. Upton who has tremendous speed and can leg out a lot of those plays in the infield. It is just wrong on so many levels. And at the end of the day here, just imagine if Major League Baseball allowed this to go through. What kind of precedent would it allow for the rest of the league managers and upper office management to do? They'd start contesting everything left, right, and center. It's just an absolute joke. If you was that up in arms about it, run on the field right after it happens instead of waiting after to see what happens. I'm very happy to see Major League Baseball not even allow this to have any legs and just immediately shoot it down. Worry about what's going on now instead of trying to change what's happened in the past. Bad calls happen all the time. It just so happened that because this is a no-hitter, everybody wants to go crazy. I mean, it's not like we're talking about a perfect game here. No-hitters, I mean, they seem like they happen once a week now, so what's so special about them anyways? Chad here with another rant.